Okay, this is 8.2, day 1. Okay, we're on this one here. Hopefully we did it in class. If not, here how it goes. Write the corresponding, I'm going to erase this part. Write the corresponding angles. Let's see. Let's start with the F. Angle F corresponds to angle I, correct? Angle G corresponds to, write this each time, this first time you've heard this word, angle J. Oh, the washing machine is loud. Angle H corresponds to angle K. Identify the congruent angles. This is the angle symbol, okay? Congruent is this symbol right here, congruent to. So angle F, the angle F right here, is congruent to angle I. Angle G is congruent to angle K. Angle H right here is congruent to angle K. Uh-oh. Angle G is congruent to angle J. Oh, I got two K's. That's horrible. G and J. Find the distance. Find the distance of, let's see, solve this. Find the distance of F and G. Oh, when you're missing any distance, you're using Pythagorean Theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals to c squared. This diagonal, we'll label it D, and this is A and B. Let's see, A, 3, 6, 7. B is 4. So 7 squared plus 4 squared equals the diagonal. Let's label it FG. FG squared. Now that would make sense, huh? Just let's put diagonal squared. 49 plus 16 equals to D squared. That gives us 65 equals to D squared. Square root of 65. Oops, I don't have a calculator with it. Anyways, you find that, round it to the nearest hundredth. Let's learn to round it to the nearest hundredth. Okay? So use your calculator. You can do you can do a calculator search. Okay, oh, here we go. 65, we want to find that square root. Oh, I think we need to press that. The square root first. 60, oops, 5 equals. Okay, we're gonna round it to the hundredth place right there. So we don't need this 2 right here. So that's a 2. The 6 stays a 6. So it's 8.06. Okay. So the distance of FG line segment right here, that distance is 8.06. units, because there's no units there. Identify the transformation to create T VW. Okay, so what happened? It looks like a rotation, right? It is. Let's see, Q. Q of 90 degrees is 4, 2. And this is 2, 4. Yep, it's a rotation of 90 degrees clockwise. Rotation of 90 degrees clockwise. Right, this corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. Okay, angles are these. Corresponding are not congruent, okay. I mean, they're congruent eventually, but they just want you to write, okay. Let's start with Q. Start the letter P, alphabet of P, Q, R, right? P, angle P corresponds to, there's no angle T. Q, angle Q corresponds to angle V. Angle R right here corresponds to angle W over there. Want you to write the word each time because this is the new vocabulary words for you. Identify congruent. Oh, we need to write that symbol. Angles, angles. That symbol stands for this word angle, okay? Angle. Looks like an angle, you see? Let's start with angle P. Right there. I'm going to use blue so you can see what I'm talking about. Angle P is congruent to angle T right up here. Angle Q here, see this angle Q, letter Q, is congruent to angle V. Congruent to angle V. And angle R right here is congruent to angle W. Okay? Basically, you're finding congruent means same side. Identify that transformation to create L, M, N, so that it's image, so this reflection over the y-axis. Identify the congruent angles, angle sign. Okay, let's write the congruent angle. Let's start with one of the angles. Angle G, congruent to angle L. Okay, angle I is congruent to angle N. Angle H is congruent to angle M. Find the length. Find the length of GI. GI. Okay, missing length. We can't count that because we can't count it. We use Pythagorean Theorem. A squared plus b squared. A is 5, b is 2, equals to the diagonal squared. Okay, a squared plus b squared equals to c squared, or the diagonal squared. 5 squared plus 2 squared equals to the diagonal squared. 25 plus 4 equals to the diagonal squared. 29 square root. We need to find that square root because of that square. The diagonal and line segment GI is square root of, see, I did not close it right. Okay, let's clear it. The square root of 29 equals 5 point, okay, that's a 5.38, so this is a 5. You turn that 8 into a 9. We don't want this 5, so that 8 becomes a 9. So 5.39 units is the length of GI. Find the area of triangle GHI. Find the area. Area of a triangle is length times width divided by 2, or base times height divided by 2. It doesn't matter. Base times height divided by 2. The base is this one right there. I'll use a different color than what's there. The base is this one, which is 5. Height, which is B, it's 2. 5 times 2 divided by 2. Use your calculator, your answer. The area of the triangle is 5 units squared. Use your calculator, and that's what you'll find. Okay, identify the transformation that occurred, okay, from here to here. You went left 1 and up 1. Okay, so it's that sliding is the translation. Translate 3 left and 1 up. Identify the congruent angle. Congruent is the symbol congruent. Angles, angles is the symbol. So angle something, angle T is congruent to angle X. Okay, and angle Z is congruent to, no, we start out with T first, so we need to start out with W first. W is congruent to angle Z. V, angle V is congruent to angle Y. Find the length of TW, this length right here. I'm going to erase everything so we can see better. This length right here, TW, 2, 4. A squared plus B squared equals to C squared, or diagonal squared. 2 squared plus 4 squared equals to the diagonal squared. 4 plus 16. 20 equals the diagonal squared, square root. Square root of 20, use your calculator. .47, 4.47, that's a 2, so the 7 stays the same. 4.47. The diameter. Find the area of a triangle. Area of triangle is base times height divided by 2, or length times width divided by 2. So the base is 2, the height is 4. The answer is 4 units squared. Okay, so make sure you do this. I'll leave this one on your own. It's the same thing. This is a rotation of 180 degrees clockwise or counterclockwise, doesn't matter. Make sure you know how to do these. I'll do a couple of this for you. Okay, you always do parentheses first because you can't do anything but additive inverse. You didn't distribute. That's 8 plus a negative 8x minus plus a negative 10. These two are alike because they both don't have letters. You get negative 2 combined plus 8x. Negative 8x equals 2. Additive inverse. 2 negatives you add. So 2x minus plus a negative 12. You add minus 2x minus 2x you get, negative 10x right there. Negative 2 equals to negative 12. Add 2, we get additive inverse. That's a negative 10x equals to negative 10. Divide by negative 10. X then equals to 1. This is one solution. Okay, let's look at B. B, same thing. Always do parentheses first. Additive inverse. Plus 3m. These two are alike. You get negative 5m. Combine these two together. Additive inverse. You get 12 plus negative 5m. Add 5m. Add 5m. Add 0 plus 12 is 12. 6 plus 0 is 6. No solution. That means parallel if you're graphing. But this is not graphing. This is just a math problem. Can't always do parentheses first. Additive inverse. And there's nothing else you can do in there. So you do distributive property. 3m plus a negative 6. For n, oops, this means n right here, plus 10, here minus 3n, you get n plus 10 equals to negative 6, minus 10, negative 16 equals to n, one solution. Okay, make sure you know how to do these. By now, most students do, so posting for those who may need help.